Broadcast live.
Ain't no get on, but it's a in zone, but some marangege banko. And Maradona number 10 top scorer, punya net, au punya sele one or two. Ish, a bar full Bothata Keng. Hold some
We back again. We about to get live with the homie Focalistic. You know how it is. Yeah, what's happening, y'all? Happy quarantining. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves out there and doing the damn thing. Yeah, we live. We gotta look for our homeboy Focalistic. Let's see if he's here already. What's up on the Flex Zone? What's up? Okay, still waiting for Focalistic to join us. Okay, as we proceed. I actually tried calling Aries this morning, by the way, so I know y'all asking to go live with him. I actually tried calling him. Yeah, no luck, guys, sorry. No luck, please send him a message. Arabi the phone. He ain't an Arab answering phones, that nigga. Okay. It's it. We got it. Aha. Focalistic. What's that?
Shabita.
Chilling in the cat. I want just doing the damn thing.
Complaining. Arabic complaining.
He's not answering phone. So someone must, even his brothers, even benchmark, even the brothers say that they don't know where he is. You know what I mean? So it's rough out there, you know? Yeah.
You have to just catch him.
What's up? Hey,
I'm easy. How are you?
Go to his place. I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, I just feel that, like, it's incredible, man. Like, your name really started popping from last year, and you've just built this corner for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that, like, you started off with Major League, but, like, I just wanted to ask you, Gucci, like, from then till now, you know, what's the plan for Focalistic, you know? Yeah, I just wanted to, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just lagging a bit.
I think you got some background noise there. Or is it me?
I don't know. It's just background, but here it's silent. Nothing's happening.
Alright. So tell me, man.
Can you hear me?
The sound, man. Okay.
Oh yeah, the thing is clipping.
Let me see. Is that better?
Maybe it's a.
Let me go outside.
You know that
Let me go outside. It's probably
echo. Am I echoing? Who's echoing?
Okay. Okay, let me go outside. You hear me now? Is it better? Yeah, no, it's better now.
Are we good? I think. Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
good. Can you hear me now? Yeah, it was me.
Oh,
it was me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
We nice.
I have a hole that connects the other room. You know what I mean? Yo, Bing. So tell me, man.
Yeah.
From where you kicked off, I mean, to right now, I mean, what's the plan with Focalistic, B? I mean, what are we getting from you?
I think for me, the plan is more music, you know. And I always say, like, I wanna be like the best artist in Africa, the biggest, the greatest, whatever, you know. So for me, it's still, you know, still on that journey. More music, you know. Trust that.
When you benchmark, I mean, that's broad also, but when you benchmark yourself and you kind of go, this is who I kind of, my style is inspired by, you know what I mean? Who is your style inspired by? I've got some ideas, but I'm interested to find out who's your style inspired by. who's the daddy of your style,
In terms,
you know?
in terms of what, like the music. In terms of
In
the
terms of the
music.
music, you know, the flow, you know, just everything. Like you literally have this corner where I think that like you got your own style. You know, no one is doing what you're doing, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
type of similar type of flows, 808 kind of rhymes, and everything else. But you doing something that's pulling from a legacy tree of the game. Do you know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
interested who's influenced you the most. You know.
I've been trying to like figure that part out, but for me, I think I'm just like eclectic. I've taken inspiration from a lot of people, so I don't have one specific person that I can name like off the dome. But yeah, nah, there's no one I can like name off the dome. But I think a lot of props would have to go to Okay Malum Cool Cat. Yeah, I think like he made it fashionable to be able to like do your own thing for me. Or it's like you're not afraid, of just doing something different. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't know. There's too many people. But I need to hear
How about
who
how
you are
about
thinking.
huh? Who am I thinking?
Who are you thinking?
When I listen
Yeah.
to you know when you know when that's what I think of when I listen to you, and it's interesting you say Malum Cool Cat. I never thought of that, but like I think that you have a mix of like you have a mix of like it's like you have a mix of Jabba, you have a mix of like Cooley, you know, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
obviously
Actually,
it's very much leans to the Motsako style, you know. So
yeah.
I can hear your mainstream Jabba, I can hear your lyrical Cooley, you know what I mean? It sounds like you got like that mix, you know, in the bag for me, you know, and then obviously the beats that you rap on. Jabba's like the type of dude, like literally with sound, who would literally always just like take any type of instrument that's not traditionally hip hop, and the flow would be just immaculate. You know what I mean? So I hear that from you, you know?
I think it's really dope us having this conversation because you making it clearer for me even. Because I listen to so much jab to this day that I would have never even thought of the influence. But I'm thinking of the song I just dropped, and actually it's Jabba. Yeah, just
You
with
know,
everything that I've done in my music and the sampling, and actually I listen to Jabba almost every day. So, yo, thank you for clarifying that for me. I hear it now.
but
Yeah.
you know what though? One of the things that made Jabba really stand out was Jabba was like part of the instrument. You know what I mean? He would like flow on a beat, and he had I mean I'd always like compare Jabba to Biggie. You know, like Biggie always had this incredible
Yeah.
flow, and that's one of the things that I think that Jabba really kind of like had. And when I listen to you, I even said, you know, because you're on my COVID mix, I got my episode 2 of my COVID mix I'm dropping on Friday, and I say
Yeah.
you ain't never heard a flow like this in a long time, you know.
Yeah. I get it. And that's crazy because even a lot of people my age would say like something like that, like, how are you thinking of these flows, or like, things like that. And for me, it's like it obviously comes natural when like you've been inspired. Maybe you've been, because I've been listening to Jabba since like that was my sister's favorite artist. So for me, it's like now it's just becoming clearer. Like it was right in my face. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yes.
mean, look, you're not from Mafikeng, you're from Pretoria, right?
Yeah, from Pretoria.
So obviously, like even when we talk about Cap City, you know, it's like you hardly have any influence of like the typical Cap City rappers, you know. So that's why I just always had to pick it up that it comes from somewhere else. You know what I mean? But how
Yeah.
did you from Pretoria doing all your stuff? How did you end up meeting up with Major League?
I met Major League through the internet actually. There was like I used to drop freestyles. So there's a freestyle I dropped. I think it was 2017 or 2018. I'm not sure. I think it's 2018. But there's a freestyle I dropped on a rooftop, and a lot of people like were commenting on it, like saying, "Yo, it's crazy." And Major League were one of the people to say, "Let's do studio." And then so now there was that event was SA's Most Wanted. So there was that event, SA's Most Wanted, happening in Pretoria. And then I was on the lineup, and then as I was performing, I remember seeing, I think it was Bandilo Banele, one of the two were like behind. At that point, I didn't know the difference. So one of them was standing behind watching. So I was like, yo, that's dope. So obviously you saw how the crowd went crazy. You know how Pretoria is. You can have like a small niche market and, perform and gig and everything. So he saw that, and then I think like 2 days after that, that's when we went to the studio and made 19 Derived. So that's how we met, like off the internet and, performance. And then the rest was history.
So what, when you guys met, was it just like a meeting, or did you sign up with them in the management? What was the deal after that?
No, I think for us it was more word of mouth. There was nothing signed. There was not like I think we made 19 Together, and then I think just the synergy, the synergy led to other songs and the EP, and so there was never a signature anyway. Yeah.
Are you making tea? How many teaspoons of sugar?
Boma 5.
Boma 5. Are you serious?
Yeah, hey, for real. But I don't drink that much coffee. So.
Do you drink alcohol?
Once in a while.
You drink alcohol
once in a while.
So you have more sugar than alcohol.
More sugar than alcohol? How?
I'm just saying, people literally don't drink a lot, literally like sugar things.
Oh, yeah, that happens. You have a sweet tooth. Yeah. I have a sweet tooth.
Okay, that explains it. Tell me, where does Maradona come? Where does Maradona come through with your name? With your naming, Pitori Maradona.
I think Maradona comes from soccer. So I used to play soccer, and I was like, dope. I was that kid, that kid when the team is losing, they say, please pass that ball, just pass that ball. So yeah, I was that kid. But in school they used to call me Tevez, and then after that I became Maradona.
They used to call you
and I was like, oh, Tevez, Carlos Tevez, Carlos Momingos Javinkos Tevez, because I used to score a lot. So that's how Maradona came.
Sorry, I'm just removing this.
But it's the same. It's like.
Say what?
I'm saying it's the same. I mean, you play soccer, you play. Who's this guy? Yo. Why is he swearing? Look at what's happening with you.
This guy's been swearing. I just removed him on my side here. This guy, I mean, like, come on, we're quarantining. This guy must just wait for a minute, He's like,
he's hectic. This guy is saying even the whole rap game now.
This guy, no, don't worry. I've blocked him. We are here. We are quarantining, man. We are all got cabin fever. We can't be losing our minds here. You know what I mean?
No, we can't. We can't
about
be.
That. You're talking about. You're talking about like your soccer games.
Yeah, I was saying. So it's the same for me, soccer and music, because soccer you're playing with the ball, and then here you're playing with words. So for me, it feels the same. It's like you're manipulating, it feels the same.
Are you still a gamer? Are you still a gamer, soccer player?
More FIFA, FIFA. I'm here, but real life, hey.
I mean,
I don't think real life can
no
work.
offense, but because to me you also look like a bit chubby, so I was thinking maybe you're a goalkeeper, you know?
That's obviously now. Yo, wait. Hey, you see, 21 days I'm gonna start gymming because of this conversation now. Yo.
Check it out. You know, you dropped the single Bothata Keng, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
B, yo, you know, you're on some shit though. You know that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're on some shit, and everybody's waiting for the EP. You know.
Yeah. The EP is dropping soon.
When are we getting that?
Soon. 10
is this
April.
after the lockdown?
Nah, this one is called Quarantine Tarantino, so it's definitely for the lockdown. This one is more like, you know, I figured I was thinking, what can I do in this lockdown? And for me, it's like, as an artist, the most I can do is just make people happy, continue doing that, because that's what we were doing before, you know, this pandemic. So I just made an EP called it Quarantine Tarantino, and it's dropping on the 10th of April. One of the first songs, actually, funny enough, that I made there was Bothata Keng, and that's the first song on the EP. That's like track 1. So I think it's in chronological order, but yeah, we'll figure that out. But 10 songs, 10 April, Maradona, Jizzy number 10, you know, that's what it is. I might drop another EP 2 weeks later. Who knows?
Did you record this while you're in the house, or has these been songs that have just been sitting there and you're just gonna compile them and curate them and take them out?
I think 2 are like songs that were chilling, but the idea came from like me just chilling recording, and then I realized, hey, this is an EP, like, cause I had a beat pack from Herc. That's why like 70% is produced by Herc, because me and Herc were just chilling. He sent me beats, and then I kept asking him to come and edit this part. And then like, I think when we were 7 songs deep, I'm like, yo, this is an EP that we can just drop, you know? And that was like, we did that in like a week and a half. And I'm like, oh, there's 2 other songs that I'd like to add, you know, put them in. But yeah, that's how it happened.
So you're recording from the crib, but you got a studio inside the house?
Yeah, definitely. Had to do that on. Hey. I'm in the studio right now.
All right. You're in studio right now. Oh shit! We love this, because you know this is your opportunity to kind of give us these exclusives, man. You know, I mean, we know you just dropped a joint today, but like just something exclusive, you know, for the peeps, man. This is what the people are here for. You know what I mean? This is why we like
something exclusive. You know? Actually,
yes, sir.
I actually have some. Let me put some quickly.
Alright, dope. Now, is this going to be part of the EP?
Yeah, this is definitely part of the EP, Quarantine Tarantino. But this one's called Full Set. It's like number 8.
Okay,
let's go.
Hear. Yes, sir.
I hope someone is recording.
Don't worry.
No matter what start, I listen to Empire, we really that cheap. Came a long way from 2016. No matter what start, I listen to
That's exclusive performance from homie Focalistic.
Yeah? Came a long way.
No, don't worry.
Listen to the verse.
I'm hyping it up.
Never could fill it up, never could fill it up, now I got right. Hennessy, double cup, took my time. Never did hop, no the double up, not the money that double. Got a long drive, old money, but I'm still young. Killing it, it is a fella, shut up. Tell her that, you think that she knows my shit, fella, like a liquor ranga, dreaming of a camera. Now I gotta count 2 times the travel. Tell jaba bogela, Maradona Bukimena, Tukhela. Kudu Pale Baravana Kadu Kalana, no boss long, this is that. She said, yay! Let's go.
Shout out. This is definitely on the tape. We're gonna be getting this on the 10th of April.
Yeah, 10th of April, Quarantine Tarantino, track 8, full set there. You know. Bothata Keng out now. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question, all right? I mean, you built a fan base, and you also had like a big song that was like for the December. Do you think that you've got like a bigger fan base on social media versus like traditional?
Versus, I think traditional is more. I have a bigger fan base than on social media for me, because I think even with the music I've been making, it's more. It moves more on like a Fagaza, and you know, as a trap keeping as guys, so you understand how it is. Like I get more love in hoods, and that's why I've been blessed enough to like travel to like, you know, a Freiberg or, you know, a Kimberley in the dark, dingy place. But when you get there, you know, I performed in a whole crowd, like a chicken crowd. So for me, it's like I've been blessed with that. I think I have more following in traditional than on social media.
So you think that like and I mean that's something that you kind of happy about, right? I guess, you know, that like you're obviously getting out of Joburg more than making songs that are only relevant for like the clubs or anything else. So you're more happy getting out of Joburg more than anything.
A lot. I think that's always been my dream, because you can't say you're gonna be like the biggest or the greatest African artist, but you can't touch, you know, the masses. So for me, it's always been about how do I make songs that, as much as it's about me, it can touch the masses. And I think that's that whole slogan was about that, like making people feel more comfortable about, like, you know, being proud of where you're from. If it's like Pitori and Flop, you know, these are songs for you. So for me, it's always been about the masses. It's never been about like social media and just like, you know, like club music. I don't think it's ever been about that.
So you would say, in your perspective, I mean, you obviously see how social media is. You would say that like outside Joburg particularly, I mean, because you do say your stuff moves on Fagaza mostly, but outside Joburg particularly, you can comfortably say that like you are building
Just chilling and making club music.
How has it affected you though, just being at the house with this COVID-19, just with regards to work? You know, a lot of artists are really...
Yeah.
Sorry to say that
I think for me with regards to work, it's like, as I just said, there's so much that was supposed to happen. You know, we were supposed to go to Dubai. I think we had another London tour date, you know, and for me, it's just like, it's like a setback. You know, it's like you're going 10 steps back, but you also have to realize that we're not alone. It's not like my problems are bigger than, you know, other companies have shut down, and it's like a world problem, you know. So you have to adapt. I think the people who will survive are people who can adapt to change, you know, and figure themselves out in that change.
Mm-hmm. Are you who you
Yeah.
staying with? Who are you quarantining with?
I'm here with the family. My little brother there.
Ah, okay, he's so quiet. It's like you told him that he must shut up.
No, I have to tell him, say, Chief, we're working.
So what? Are you at the crib? Are you with the? So you chill at the crib with the family? You at the crib?
Yeah, I got my little brother, my cousins here. Yeah. Just making
Okay.
music.
Are you the biggest? Are you the oldest?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest.
So do they literally
Top being the
sometimes see
oldest.
look at you, or do they think you cool like the streets think you cool? Are they like you're just an old brother? They're like, man, hell with you.
Yeah, to them it's like, this guy doesn't want us to do the cool things, so he's just an old brother. Stop being the oldest.
Do you get them involved in any of the music? Like, do you feature them on anything?
I don't think they're interested in music per se. They're just like he likes chilling around. He doesn't want to like record anything, or you know, he just enjoys being around. And I think if my brother was also a rapper, I wouldn't want to rap. You know that thing of sibling rivalries. Like, no, I can do something else. You think I'm just gonna copy you? He goes, he's chilling.
Only time to get you out your game is to bribe your brother to actually start rapping.
For real?
I'm just saying, if someone wants to get you out the game, now there's a plan. We're not even going to battle. We just going to give your brother a big check and we out.
And it's all over. I don't think you do it, you know? I'm never going against my brother. Never.
What did he say?
He's saying blood is thicker than water. Never going against him.
Oh, really? Until they've got a great place that's 2 million open in front of you, and then things gonna change.
I will say 2
million.
million. I will say.
No, 10 million. I give you 10 million, briefcase with 10 million, and then you're gonna come back to your brother and say, listen, let me be your big brother.
Nah, we're definitely sharing that one. For real.
Let me check out the comments.
Let me ask you a question, actually. I have some questions for you.
For me? Ah, man. Okay, let's go.
So, like, with everything that's happened, you know, like, you seeing the game from a perspective of you're an artist, and then from a perspective of, like, you interviewing artists, and, you know, how does it feel seeing the new wave right now? Like, is there, like, a feeling of, yo, these guys are going to be so big? Because you get, like, I think you get, like, a certain, like, you can tell the future a bit because you've seen, you know, like, a lot of generations. So does it feel like, yo, these guys are gonna be big, or are you disappointed? How does it feel like?
So you must remember that, like, I'm seeing 2 generations of new waves. You know, obviously
Yeah.
Ricky, Casper, aka they were even KO when he went solo. They were like first generations of new waves for me, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I could say I'm seeing the second generation, new generation of new wave. So how do I feel? I feel that, like, there's a balance of trying to find our sound in hip hop right now, you know, which is normal. When Squatter Camp was popping, we were the only guys who kind of figured out the sound, and then everyone else started following. But there were like another, say, 100 groups rapping, but they hadn't figured out the sound. So for people to be
Yeah.
lost and not know what sound to do is normal, right? Guys like you who you saying, listen, I know that, like, you got a flow, you know how to rap, you know how to make a song, and you also know that, like, I can't be stuck in Joburg. That's the mentality to win, in my view, right? From my experience. I've
Yeah.
seen that like a lot of guys, they literally just want to be in the. I mean, even during squatter camp days, when we used to go out, we used to say that.
Yeah.
We used to say that like we used to call it ukshai stoop to touring.
Mm.
We used to sky stoop, because we'd be like
Oh,
saying that like
touring.
we always. Yeah, when we're touring, we're saying let's try stoop, and
Yeah.
we obviously it wasn't a time when niggas were rolling with private jets and all that shit. But we literally have 4 or 5 shows in a weekend, and in a combi, we literally like the combi would take us one place. Driver has to sleep when we perform. Literally move from Durban, go to Bloem, go to Pretoria. We used to do those things like in a weekend, no planes, right?
You.
So
Yeah.
and we used to laugh at all these rappers in Joburg who used to be like, yo, I'm too real. And we're like, Mara, you don't know the borders outside Joburg when you work unless you're going on a holiday. So we used to laugh at rappers who are
Yeah.
always stuck, like the rappers that are stuck in the clubs. You know what I mean? So, because the mentality was like, you ain't shit unless the people in the streets say you are shit. You hot.
You are
You know
the
what I
guy.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not disappointed. I just think that the game is finding itself. You know what I mean? What really is the funniest thing for me is it's like with all the kids that are rapping right now, and a lot of them are highly talented, but none of them are thinking of integrating like the local languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get a kid like Costa who does it, and when he does it,
Yeah.
literally, like, I mean, I don't want to even put it on the fact that he's white, but that boy works. That boy works. I mean, for him to even go and
Yeah.
rap in
No.
another language that's not his language, you can see he's got work ethic. You know what I mean? So
That's
it makes me
definitely ethic.
sometimes feel that like some of the young rappers are comfortable and they're complacent, and they just good with having a lot of views on Instagram, having likes, having great pictures, and being in a club and getting a cosign from an OG. I think that's the complacency in the game. I don't know.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. That was like, I didn't expect the gems, but I hear you. I get it. But after you guys figured out the sound, did everyone copy your sound, or did they all figure themselves out within the sound?
Well, remember when we had the sound, then you had like a guy like you had Amo, who basically like, or Zola also, who was basically like, Zola already was doing it, but he wasn't really seen like, oh, he's a rapper because obviously of his association. But you had guys like Amo, you
Yeah.
had H2O who had their own sound, but people
Oh
started
yeah.
seeing this rap thing. So people start seeing that, oh, there's more of you guys and you're different, Then you obviously had Pro, Then you obviously had like Pro Kid, that is. Then you obviously had like guys like Selvin, you know what I mean? So everybody literally
Yeah.
started catching that you got to start mixing this thing. Not everybody was selling the same. Not everybody was making the same money. Not everybody was successful as performing the same. But the point is that the game was now open to the fact that, okay, this is where this thing is going. It's more than just about your mind and America. You know what I mean? So I think that you guys like, specifically when I speak like yourself, like a guy like Costa, regardless of his race, I think that like it's when people start feeling like you are working hard to connect with them. That's when people say they fucks with you. Now when you just drop a song in an MP3 and people go, okay, MP3, okay, sharp, then there's another MP3 coming tomorrow. But when people start feeling like you're working hard to connect with them, that's when you kind of like start, like, that's when we're going to start opening up the game. So, when rappers go, yeah, Mapia, you can never beat a Mapia and you can never beat house. The only thing that makes hip hop cut through is when the artist goes out of his way to connect with the audience. Do you know what I mean? Because like Maphorisa doesn't need to connect with the audience because he's got a hit. People are connecting to him. You know what I mean? He needs to connect to Kabza because he's got the hit. But they connect they know about Casper. Yeah, they know about Casper.
Yeah.
They know about AKA. They know about Rick because they're connecting with those guys beyond, because those guys not only drop the songs, but they went out of their ways to connect with the audiences. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing with hip hop. I think hip hop artists think that they think that we've got an American machine that you drop a song and it just goes on radio and then you start
And
popping
it's all
and then
over.
like you get called for
Yeah.
campaigns, but you gotta go to the people and connect, you know?
Yeah. I hope everyone here that's like on the come up, because I see a lot of comments. I hope everyone's really listening, because I'm taking in the gems. Yo, it's really crazy. I understand it. But what would you say, like,
You're
for
doing
me?
the right thing, bro.
I think actually I'll speak to you on the side. There's like a whole other thing. I'll call you after this.
It's all good. It's
I
all
think my
good.
questions are done. My questions are done. Yo, that was crazy.
But yo, I gotta say though, you're doing the right thing, and I think that's how, you know, I was asking about Major League. You know, I always go with Major League. I never know what they do, but you know, Major League, like literally, like as guys, they like market friendly. You know, when the market moves this
Yeah.
way, they go closer to the market. You know what I mean? If the market is gonna piano, if the market is gonna be hip, they just go closer to the market. You know what I mean? And those guys, you know, if you look at it, that's why they'll keep working, because they're not going, this is who we are. You know what I mean? And we're not trying to go to the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think for them it's more of
Go ahead.
I think I'm saying for
Sorry,
them, I think it's more of like a thing of fluidity, you know, and that's how you last long in the game. Even Maporisa, if you look at him, like he was king of Afrobeat, and then he's like, no, you know. So I think that's the smartest thing. As long as you can keep, you must just keep your identity in the midst of what the market is doing, you know. So your identity always has to shine, but. You know, don't be afraid of change. I think a lot of people are afraid of change. They want to come like, yo, this is me. When you hear me rapping, this is me. Like, I don't know. I've never been privy to that. I've never enjoyed being boxed. And I think that's why I can understand Major League, Maporisa, you know, people who can. Even Casper himself, he's like a very good shapeshifter, you know, within his own range. So I think I fuck with that. That's what I like.
But you see, you look at me, you know, but a lot of people always go, yo, Slick, yo, why don't you do other genres, da, 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 da. And I go, you know, I'm not stuck on hip hop. It's just it's what I know well, right? It's what I understand well.
Yeah.
And I understand like, so my identity is that, like, I understand hip hop. I love hip hop. I know how to listen to it. I know how to, I mean, I can do various things. You know, I've been doing like my own curated mixes now. I know how to make beats. I know how to write. You know, I know how to kind of have these conversations because I know what an artist would be going through. I understand that. That's my pocket, right?
Yeah.
But my problem would be if I literally had to be like, I'm only going to speak to Selvin or Amber.
Yeah, that's all you're going to speak.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, fuck these niggas. You know what I mean? We only gonna have verse of the month and just to judge niggas' rhymes. You know what I mean? But that's not
actually
how
I need that verse of the month. You see, now I've got a bone to pick. Verse of the month has never had any Vernac, New Wave. I've never seen it. It's like you have to come like yo. Come on. No need for the hazard. That's verse of the month. Come on.
That's so bad. But you see, with me, you probably also need to have subtitles there. You understand? You need to send him the lyrics with a translation. But you see, once again, I don't have control of that, right? It's like I don't have control of Scoops catching waves, you know. I don't have control of Speedster's show. I don't have control of Reason's show. Even like with what Street Cred is doing. It's just for me, the way I see it is it's everyone's interpretation to the culture. You know what I mean? So so I must let that live, you know, and that's why for me it's important. I'm always excited when I find like new guys, you know. We were talking. I was telling the team. I was saying I saw Lucas raps on a social media page, and I met him somewhere before he blew, and I pushed him and I pulled him to the side, and I said, "Yo, you gonna be something." You know, and I said, if you need anything, studio, whatever, holla at me. You know, he was still like looking like he's lost at the time. He wasn't this cool, you know. Master Difference, same story, you know. We did that incubated thing with Master Difference, you know. There's a bunch of people that, like, you know, I love finding new shit. You know what I mean? And that's why when I hear you and I hear your flow, I'm like, when like legends pass away or legends stop, you always go, damn, B. Not that you could ever replace a Jabba, but it's almost like I could see that like his influence literally, it's like his seed landed on someone that is actually working, someone that's actually dope. Even if people don't know and don't say it, because that's his seed. So if someone else literally is inspired by you and they come out in the next 5 years sounding similar to you, you know where that started from, right? It keeps growing.
It's like
because Rakim, because Rakim is Rakim, right? And Nas literally like is inspired by Rakim and Kendrick. But you see where the seed of all this thing comes from. It starts from Rakim. So Rakim always becomes the champion. So it don't matter whether Jab is here or not. He consistently becomes the champion because it keeps spilling over. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely,
you know?
Definitely. And that's the crazy part. Like, we having this conversation is making me understand a lot. Like, I remember I used to DM him so much that he followed me back, and we used to like speak in the DMs. So, because I used to ask him like, how did you think of, you know, the EP, especially like there's the album NWA to Northwest. I used to ask him about the song called Lefati Le, because like I was like going through stuff, but like that song, he's just singing in a very gospel like manner, but he's speaking about like, you know, real things. And I was like, I remember I said, that's the first DM I sent, like, yo, what were you going through for you to write, you know, such a song? And I think he followed me back, he replied in the DM, and we would speak a lot from then. So I think for me, it's just crazy that I never realized the influence he had on me until this conversation. It's just like, yo, now a lot of things make sense. Like, oh, okay. Thank you.
But you know what's another thing about you, Focalistic? Even though you're quiet, you are a sponge.
A sponge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You quietly watch and you have questions and you ask. You don't sit there like you know everything. Those are other qualities of actually like really like being in a position where you can really do some great work. So the fact that you are DMing Jabba, you know, and like, yo, how did you write? You were actually asking him about the craft. You're asking him about the craft. You know, how did you craft that gospel but be so real? You were asking him about a craft. You know, how did you put it together?
Yeah. I think
that's crazy.
I think for me, it's like, for me, even like doing my degree, because I have a degree in political science from UP, I think that has taught me a lot. Like, I think that's why I'll tell a lot of people, like, if you can do school before rap, if you can do it, because you learn so much in terms of just scheduling, knowing that you don't know everything, because I think school teaches you so much in terms of that. Like, you know that there's always more to be, you know, more to know. There's always something you can learn, you know. And I think just humbling yourself, because you're always at the library, you learn certain traits. It's like you put that into music, and it's gonna work out. So for me, I like to, Una Rams in the building. We met at UP. That's crazy. We used to talk about like music every day. Every time I see him, it's like, yo, man, can't wait to finish. Yeah, man, we're gonna rock the shows. Shout out to Una Rams also, you know.
Oh, so what were you guys in school together?
Different courses, but same school, University of Pretoria.
So is this your little educational message to all the rappers that say they dropped out?
No, I'm not even. I'm not even there. I'm just saying. I've learned a lot.
Yo,
I've
you be
learned
like,
a lot.
every rapper that I hear nowadays, they're like, I dropped out of school, I risked it all, you know? So I'm like, yo, I haven't heard a guys in a long time saying, yo, because every dude is saying, I risked it all, dropped out of school.
Yeah, took a risk. Yo, man, I wasn't about that. I wanted to make my mom proud. I knew I could do the music, so it's just like, it's fine. I can do this 3 years for you. And I won't lie, I always knew that I would learn so much from just being in a free space before I was in a free space. So being free, meaning you're in varsity, but before you have, the freedom of an artist, and because I think my biggest fear was always like falling into like some stupid things. So I wanted to be free and see it from a different perspective and then go in. Like instead of just head first going in, I don't think that would work. But that's just me. I think people are different. That's just me.
Let's check out like what people are saying. You got the saying, Khasi tribe keeping it, Tsako Kasi. Watch out now. Where do these lines come from? It's like it's the same way that you're asking how did Jabba do but where do you wake up one day and you just where do these lines come from?
I think for me it's like you're inspired by everyday living. Like especially me being around like my little bros and like your cousins. For me it's like that keeps you so grounded, and that's what makes me creative, because it's like we have our own identity already, because you're from Pretoria, you're living in Midrand. So I couldn't spend time with some more my English, but I couldn't spend time with more people who speak English. So I think my family, you hear certain sayings like my sister came up with the hook for Bothata Keng because she was like, ow, let's have a Bothata Keng. And then I was like, actually, that's such a dope, So for me, it's like, I think your family, my family keeps me grounded and inspired.
And man, you seem pretty grounded. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Okay, the boy Ken says, "Is this the dude from 19 Tovetsa song?" Like, okay, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's
I'm the
his
dude.
face. Screenshot it. And my lady Matab who says Focalistic and Boiti should make a track, Kapakering. That would be actually that would be interesting. You and Boiti.
That's actually something we're working on. I think I was speaking to Bash. It's just the lockdown and everything, but that one's gonna be dope. And we're gonna do one for the hood, like but trust me, when it happens, it's gonna be too much.
That's dope. What's your real name?
Letabo Sebeki.
Okay. All right. Valentine Vela says, hail to you guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna read this, but even though it's none of our business, they say Reese has been in quarantine since 2019. I'm just saying, I was thinking that the quarantine is going to be over, and Reese is going to be like, what do you mean there was a quarantine?
Wait, what? I just thought you're taking a break. People but a lot of people like asking actually Foca and Aries, the future. I think the same way you guys ask me all the time, you need to ask Aries. But it can happen. It's just you need to go and ask him. When he's live, ask him, Focalistic, Aries.
Yo, my mom's son says New Wave is the future. Little Mushi says Kipiano, Tako Kasi. A lot of people say, yeah, you do sound. A lot of people are reaffirming the double HP sentiment. Rap Kid Ghetto says Zambia's watching you. Much love.
Much love.
They're asking whether we're getting a Focalistic live performance in Slikour live. Yeah, I guess after we're done with the quarantine, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. That kid Mafia Q says, ask him when they're gonna host a show as Pretoria artists such as J Molly, the Hash, Aries, and Frank, since they're all from Pretoria. I don't think Frank is from Pretoria, but yeah, I guess Yeah, they say when are y'all gonna do a show together? Nah. Okay.
I don't know. When the money's right, I don't know, when it makes sense. I mean, we can't just do a show because we're just from Pretoria. I don't think that would make sense, you know. And that's what I'm saying. It's like even with features, it's like you can't just do a feature because we're from Pretoria. Like it has to make sense. We have to, like each other at least because we're gonna have to perform it, bro.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's like when it makes sense, it will happen. When it makes sense.
Literally, you're just saying that you don't want to do a song with someone that when you say let's go perform at a chicken yard, they're gonna go, hey man, I'm too.
Now they tell you, hey man, I don't really think. I don't think it.
I don't know what does the technical rider look like, man. Yo,
what's the rider, bro?
Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you know what you need, you know.
I know what you're saying.
Let me see. So Call Me Sharma says I just make them realize how perfect the EP is gonna be for the industry. Focalistic. Okay, this is Nolo says, could you follow her back? Man, a lot of people are speaking here, man. Uno Rams, what up, Uno? What up, B? I see you out there. You know.
Uno Rams.
SA Music Promo. This is what we always telling our artists. The guys, Shop Royal Premium Watches says you're gonna be bigger than Davido. Mavigo officials, Mavigo official says, why did girls love you but you never know why do girls love you but they never know it's Focalistic?
I mean, I guess that's a reference to my song, shut up. But I don't know, I think girls like genuine people. So if you are a bro out there looking for girls or trying to make girls like you, SMS 071 604 4003 and then teacher Uguba genuine brew. I'm told. I'll teach you.
My bag to Toba says, Foca, I love your hair. King Revolutionary says, Focalistic. James M. Morris is disagreeing, saying marketing isn't everything. Yes, marketing isn't everything, but the song is the most important thing. But what's a song that's just going to sit on a hard drive? An amazing song that's going to sit on a hard drive. DJ Smoke says he loves the gens. Shout out. He loves the gens. Shout out. You say that you don't have a lot of social media love, but people like are really showing you love here. You know what I mean? Except the guy that we kind of deleted, so he was one out. You know.
Also him is crazy. Who was that guy? We'll address it later.
That guy is gone. So good. You know. 10th of April.
How old
Everybody's
is
looking forward to 10th of April for Say what?
Oh, I just read. I was reading. How old is Foca? I'm 23.
23. Shit, you still got a life ahead of you, B. Damn.
I feel so old.
I'm an old. Yeah, look. You grounded. You grounded. You got a life ahead of you. You know what I mean? That's amazing. Tarantino, shout out here. And yo, man,
10 April.
It's amazing, man. Yo, B, it's been a great chat, B, and shout out on the new single. I love it. Like I say, I was listening to it last night, and you've got like an amazing flow. You literally like are literally creating. You're creating a style, you know, that like it's a style that's a legacy style, but you owning it. You know what I mean? And you may and shout out to Street Cred out here. Don't ever be confused by Joburg. You know, social media, clout, Joburg. Don't ever be confused by Joburg, and don't ever be discouraged by the things of Joburg. I mean, I'm gonna say to you, it's like, even if you do talk about like a verse of the year or whatever the case be, some of these things obviously are very much Joburg ideas, Joburg creatives. Sometimes, you know, and some rappers are really Joburg ideas and Joburg creativity. So they only are popular in a club. And a club, if you think about it, a club doesn't take more than 100 people. Think about
300 max.
Yeah,
I get it.
people literally feel that they've arrived just because they're in a club in Joburg, and they move to the other club, but it's the same people, and that's what it is. So don't ever, 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 don't ever be disheartened by because but the thing that makes Joburg powerful is social media. When Joburg literally starts trending and they start bashing your shit and start making you feel like you shit, they can make you feel like shit here in Joburg. Because I get about business data out here. But most of the times they don't even have the power to stream your music. They don't even have the power to get your music. Your audience is outside Joburg, and always remember that. If you can get the guys in Joburg to buy into you, cool, but don't let them dishearten you. Don't let them not make you want to go to KwaZulu-Natal or wherever because you feel like you're not popping here. And even sometimes some of the radio stations here, they ran by people who are Joburg creatives also. So don't get lost in that shit. You don't need to be disheartened by that shit. Your audience is your audience. Grow that and believe that you are relating to certain people out there. Because Joburg will literally make you feel like an outsider because Joburg is cool. Let's not take away from the fact that Joburg is cool. You know, you go to Brampton or whatever. Joburg's got cool kids.
It's cool.
Joburg is cool. Joburg is cool. Joburg is super cool. But it doesn't mean they're here. And it doesn't mean they're connected with who they really are. Most of the people here are literally like running. Joburg people are running from themselves, most of them. So that's why they chase this cool that like is almost inaccessible. You know what I mean?
I think for me, it's even like, even not as a trap. Even with that as a trap, guys, a lot of like people in Joburg at first, it was like, what are you doing? What is this? You know what I mean? So I think I learned that I got burned quickly. I learned that actually I don't need to be cool here. You know, for me, it's like I'm doing this for the other side of life, for my people. You know, and I think it's just amazing you saying that because I learned that early also, and it's also wonderful to like keep reminding yourself that hey, don't try be cool here, try dropping a club bang or what. You might just miss your true calling trying to like fit in somewhere else. So shout out for that.
Shout out to Luna Florentino. He's saying Bothata Keng. You know, he also just said fuck it and did his own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Luna out there, you know. But like just adding to that, you know, I mean, like it's a real thing. You just gotta stay focused, man, because Joburg is like, you know Adam and Eve. Joburg is like Eve, you know. You bite that apple and find that there's nothing inside, and the person that made you bite the apple has nothing also to give. You know what I mean? So
most of the time they even gone. They leave you alone.
They leave you alone. They move on to the next person that they can fool to make them believe that Joburg is actually pretty, you know. But meanwhile, it's an empty shell of lost people that are also trying to affirm themselves. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, B. Shout out, man. Do your thing.
Thank you.
They say, please drop more music. We need for Kule Lockdown. Okay, when the new song dropping? He's just dropped a new song, B. What you mean?
New song, Bothata Keng out now. Link in my bio. Check it out. It's also on Slikour Live. Check it out. Bothata Keng.
Yo, it's the homeboy Foca taking over, doing the damn thing, B. Good luck for everything, man. Shout out to you and thanks for taking this call.
Thank you so much for the platform. Shout out to Slikour Live.
DJ Smoke says I must ask you who's your favorite producer.
We're back.
Yo, sorry, I think after an hour it cuts you, you know?
Yeah, after an hour the live video cuts you. They don't want you to go on more than an hour. No.
So I'm gonna close that. You are answering your favorite producer. You are saying who your favorite producer is.
I'm saying my favorite producer for now has to be like Hercules, and like Avian Blades and Gobi Beats, because like Those are the people that I'm working with, you know. Yeah, Herc, Kobe Beast, Avian Blitz. She want the slappers. You know what I mean?
Yo, check
Those
it
are the
out.
guys.
See, I just wanted to make sure that we in like and we say peace out. Do you rap? Do you freestyle?
Do I freestyle? I don't freestyle, but I have a lot of verses. You know, I don't like
Okay,
freestyling.
let's treat it like it's church. Let's close it off with the verse and say amen at the end.
Alright, cool, easy. Let's do it like life changed since 19 to beta. Babuagana like damn, the bro changed them. I never worked so hard to stay the same. Ish, think about it. I used to wanna be famous. Now I just wanna touch hearts like Grey's Anatomy. Make money, stack riches for the family. 012 till the death of me. Might even wake up tomorrow and tat it on me. My name is Focalistic. Thanks for tuning in to Slikour on Life. We're Focalistic. Check out Bothata Keng. It's out now. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Peace, my brother. Man, good luck for everything, B. And like I said, you're only 23. You're gonna make a lot of money if you stay focused. Believe me. Focus on your game. You're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna make a lot of money. Stay focused and do your thing.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for this platform.
Shout out.
Always putting on the kids. Thank you so much.
Always be shout out.
Broadcast live